Welcome to Scary Stories, the channel that brings you spine-tingling tales of horror, suspense, and the unknown. Today, we have a story that will keep you on the edge of your seat from start to finish, a tale of triumph over adversity, of courage in the face of danger, and of the power of perseverance and determination. This is the story of Adonis Creed, the son of legendary boxer Apollo Creed, who must fight to honor his father's legacy, and to avenge his death at the hands of the brutal Russian boxer Ivan Drago. But as Adonis enters the world of professional boxing, he soon realizes that there is more at stake than just the championship belt. As he confronts corruption and injustice in the boxing world, Adonis learns the true meaning of courage, and of the power of fighting for what is right. And as he faces off against his greatest foes, he discovers that the most important fight is the one he must fight within himself. This is a story that will keep you on the edge of your seat, as you follow Adonis's journey from up-and-coming boxer to true champion, both in and out of the ring. So sit back, relax, and get ready for a tale that will chill you to the bone, and leave you feeling inspired and uplifted. This is the story of Adonis Creed, and it begins now. Adonis was taken aback by the sudden call from Apollo's brother. He had never even heard of him before. The man on the other end of the line introduced himself as Apollo's younger brother, Jimmy Creed. He told Adonis that he had been searching for him for years and that he had some important information about Apollo's death. Adonis was intrigued, but also suspicious. He had heard all sorts of conspiracy theories about his father's death over the years. He wasn't sure if he could trust this stranger, but he decided to meet with him anyway. They arranged to meet in a deserted alleyway on the outskirts of town. Adonis arrived early, feeling a sense of unease as he waited for Jimmy to arrive. When the man finally showed up, he was dressed in a black suit and a fedora, like something out of a 1940s film noir. Jimmy wasted no time in getting to the point. He told Adonis that he believed Apollo's death was not an accident, but a deliberate act of sabotage. He had evidence to prove it, but he needed Adonis's help to bring the culprits to justice. Adonis was stunned. He had never considered the possibility that his father's death was anything other than a tragic accident. He asked Jimmy to explain what he meant. Jimmy told Adonis that he believed a powerful group of people in the boxing world had conspired to kill Apollo because he was becoming too influential. He had been planning to start his own boxing league, one that would be free from corruption and exploitation. This threatened the interests of the big promoters and managers, who would stop at nothing to maintain their stranglehold on the sport. Adonis was skeptical, but he could see the conviction in Jimmy's eyes. He agreed to help him investigate further, but he warned him that they would be taking on some very dangerous people. And so, the two of them began their quest for the truth. They dug deep into the murky world of boxing politics, uncovering a web of deceit and corruption that went all the way to the top. They faced threats and intimidation from those who wanted to keep the truth buried, but they refused to back down. Finally, after months of painstaking research, they uncovered the evidence they needed to prove that Apollo's death had indeed been a deliberate act of sabotage. They went public with their findings, causing a major scandal that rocked the boxing world to its core. In the end, justice was served, and Adonis was able to find closure for the death of his beloved father. But the experience had left him with a newfound sense of cynicism and distrust. He knew that the world could be a dark and dangerous place, but he also knew that he had the strength and determination to face it head-on. Adonis continued his boxing career, but he approached the sport with a newfound sense of purpose. He wanted to honor his father's legacy by using his platform to fight against corruption and injustice in the boxing world. His efforts paid off, and he became a beloved figure in the sport, known for his integrity and his willingness to stand up for what was right. He continued to work with Jimmy, who became his manager and mentor, guiding him through the ups and downs of his career. But despite his success, Adonis never forgot the lessons he had learned during his quest for justice. He remained vigilant, always watching for signs of corruption and abuse of power. And he knew that there would always be those who would try to take him down, to undermine his reputation and his accomplishments. But Adonis was ready for them. He had learned from his father's example that sometimes, the only way to win a fight is to keep getting back up, no matter how many times you get knocked down. As the years went by, Adonis became a legend in his own right, a true champion both in and out of the ring. And he knew that his father would be proud of him, proud of the man he had become, and of the legacy that he had carried on. And so, Adonis Creed's story came to an end, but his legacy lived on. His story had been a tale of triumph over adversity, of courage in the face of danger, and of the power of perseverance and determination. As his story was told on the popular YouTube channel Scary Stories, viewers around the world were captivated by the thrilling twists and turns, the heart-pumping action, and the inspiring message of hope and perseverance. And as the credits rolled, viewers were left with a sense of awe and wonder at the incredible journey they had just witnessed. They knew that Adonis Creed's story would stay with them forever, a shining example of what it means to be a true champion, both in and out of the ring. For the fans of Scary Stories, the tale of Adonis Creed was just one of many spine-tingling stories that kept them coming back for more. Each episode brought new thrills and chills, new twists and turns, and a sense of excitement that was impossible to resist. And as the channel continued to grow in popularity, its fans knew that they were part of a community of people who loved nothing more than a good scare. For them, Scary Stories was more than just a channel, it was a way of life, a celebration of all things spooky and thrilling. As they waited eagerly for the next episode to drop, they knew that they were in for a wild ride, one that would keep them on the edge of their seats until the very end. And they wouldn't have it any other way.